What is going on, crypto people? It's crazy in the streets right now. FLR Networks is killing the game. Nansen integrates FLR staking and delegation into their Nansen staking. That's interesting to me. I didn't know they were like a validator, delegator, or whatever it is going on. But Nansen, major research platform in DApp as well. So that's awesome. Absolutely awesome to see. Looks like Arthur Hayes was right. It's been a minute, but he talked about that FLR was going to revolutionize DeFi. Yeah, did you know? Did you know that? Yep, he sure did. Look, we're going to go over this market. The numbers are the numbers. We'll do it. We'll go over it. You said you can stomach it. I'm going to go over the numbers for you. The market is doing what the market does. We'll share that. The old money merge is up and running, is live. I'm excited about the old money merge pay me an XRP. Really excited about that. That's some good stuff. We're gonna start something big. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking into another person to figure out some hats designs as well. Really excited about that. So it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be definitely cool to see that for sure. Raul Paul talking about we're days away. I'm days away from what, bro? We're days away from what, Raul? Days away from this thing, this digital asset boom, this wind moon. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on there. So I guess this money GCC dude on X decided to stop the nonsense. I don't know. Anyhow, come up with something more than that, bro. Don't mess around with the FLR and XRP community unless you're gonna come correct. You know what I mean? Interesting interview the other day was released with from the team over at Flare Forwards. They interviewed Hugo and the team, Flare Networks, Flare Labs team over there. It was really, really good. I'm telling you, this Dinesh dude is something. This Dinesh dude over at Flare Networks is something. That dude, he's something. Philippe was awesome. Dinesh was awesome. Hugo, Hugo was over here doing his thing. It was a really good interview. Those guys are sharp. Uh yeah. But Arthur Hayes back in the day, he called it payment XRP about FLR. He called it. I'm going to share that. Hopefully, still have that post. Rick Cisneros is in the building. What's going on, bro? CJ, I saw the full interview with Hugo. Wow. Mm-hmm. That's what I said. TEEs, trusted execution environments, along with the PMW, the protocol managed wallets. Yep. Unbelievable. Going to revolutionize banking. Indeed. I'm just, again, if you see it like I'm just telling you how I see it. What I'm saying is perhaps Flare Networks, this layer one EVM, is the promise of what Ethereum was meant to be. I don't know. We'll see. But that's how I'm seeing it. And at a penny, I don't know, only like $100 or so, $150. I got me some more FLR, man. $150, $170 FLR. Got some Bitcoin. I don't know. One's the savings, one's an investment. I don't know. What's going on, Pookie Pookie? How are you, bro? How are you? So we're gonna go over some stuff on X. But that Arthur Hayes guy is pretty smart. He's pretty smart. Said Flare is gonna revolutionize DeFi. That's what he said way back yonder. Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he said, fam. We're gonna revolutionize DeFi. All right, let's go to this market real quick. Over these numbers. I got to refresh CoinGecko. I should have done that before I even shared the screen. It says 85 there, huh? Interesting. BTC at 85. What's going on? I have no idea. Where is BTC these days? Yeah, all right. So there it is. According to CoinGecko, the total cryptocurrency market cap is down nearly 2% and is at $2.74 trillion. Bitcoin dominance is about 62%. Bitcoin is trading at $84,400 again. On a 30-day, it's up 0.5%. Ethereum is trading at $1,580 again. And on a 30-day, Ethereum is down 18.5%. XRP is trading at $2.10 again. And on a 30-day, it's down nearly 11%. Solana is trading at $132 again. And on the 30-day, it's up 2.5%. Dogecoin is trading at 15 cents. On the 30-day, it is down 10%. 15 cents for Doge. It's going to be an F asset. Looking to be an F asset. And the beloved SOE on FLR Networks is trading at $2.07. And on the 30-day, SOE is down 11.5%. $2.07. I didn't get any more SOE, man. I got some more FLR. Not financial advice, just sharing what we did in the Crypto Seizures home. Let's get on this Crypto X things. This is from FLR Networks. I think this is an interesting little post here. Says, we get it. Infra talk is boring. Ecosystem growth doesn't make headlines. No one cares about decentralized data until money vanishes. But every now and then, it's worth zooming out to really ask, why is FLR? A decentralized network of permissionless data providers, reaching consensus on data feeds, coordinating real, complex work with truly decentralized tools, reliable, no downtime, no failures, free for builders, as fast and secure as the network itself, thanks to enshrinement by design. Narratives come and go. FLR just keeps delivering universal, long-term value for the whole industry. How about that? Big thanks to all the providers, old and new, for powering the network forward. Pretty nice write up there, I got to tell you. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. And you throw in, you know, again, this is how I see things. I just think that it's a layer one EVM, and perhaps it is the promise of what the Ethereum blockchain was meant to be. Perhaps. That's how I'm seeing it. Spend the Bits shared some very, very interesting news, Rick Cisnet. This is interesting. Today marks one of the proudest moments in my journey with Spend the Bits. I guess this is Jay. This morning, I walked into Tim Hortons, tapped my STB MasterCard, Spend the Bits MasterCard, and paid for coffee using USDC. It settled in real time with live confirmation on the Polygon chain. Interesting. He chose that one. That's not the fastest of them all, but that's what he chose. To others, it may look like a simple tap, but to me, it was the moment a dream came to life. Bringing crypto interoperability to everyday payments. No banks, no delays. Say that again. No banks, no delays. Just speed, proof, and purpose. Ready? Drum roll. All of that powered by FLR Networks. Powered by FLR Networks. Multi-chain support is now available for Polygon, Arbitrum, Solana, and Ethereum, connecting Bitcoin and USDC to fiat rails via MasterCard, expanding FLRP and FBTC for DeFi bridges, on-demand CCTP support for USDC from Circle, along with integration into legacy systems. This is more than just a transaction, it's a signal. Spend the Bits is making crypto usable, global, frictionless. Our app is soon launching in Australia, New Zealand, and Europe, and the UK. We would like to extend our special thanks to our partner, Immersive, for providing us with MasterCard and global coverage. One tap at a time. slow and steady. We're doing our part to drive crypto into the mainstream. Let's keep building. Hashtag let's keep building. Jay Spendabits, the founder. Good job, my friend. Good job. And congrats. Congrats. Powered by Flare Networks. Gotta love to see that. Guys, do me a favor, hit the like button. That'd be super, super cool. We always like to have just as many likes as we got viewers in the stream. Spendabits making some moves. It's powered by Flare Networks. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Guys, do me a favor, hit the like button on the way in. And we always like to have just as many likes as we got viewers in the stream. I think I said that. And if you didn't get a chance to hit that like button on the way in, please collapse the chat real quick. Go smash the like button and then come back and hang out with the Crypto Season family. Rick Cisnero says, CJ, in my opinion, DeFi will not be called DeFi. It is just going to be called banking, period. And it's going in your wallet, in the palm of your hands, in your phone, Paula, in the palm of your hand, your phone, including getting a mortgage for a house. Indeed, it's coming. It is all coming without question. It's a new financial system. And we're blessed to be early in it, to be in the know. It's awesome. Pookie's like, I got me. Oh, pay me an XRP. Said I bought more today. Yeah. So did I, sir. Bought some of that more FLR, right? Just gotta get it off the exchange and wrap it here. I'll probably do that while we're on the stream, because we can do that. Add it to the savings. Got a little bit of Bitcoin as well. It's just what it is. How blessed are we to be early adopters in this new asset class? It's a new financial asset class, and we're early to it. Does that come with bumps and bruises? Of course. But how blessed are we to be early? How blessed. Love it. I may go for the goal to have just as many of the FLR token as I had the XRP token. I may do that. I really may. I may take a 12, 14, 16 month period and invest 4 figures a month for that period in XRP. I mean, in FLR. I very well may do that. We'll see. I'm waiting on, seeing that, the 1.1 getting live and the the V2 of the FXRP going. Yeah. You don't chase the game, let the game come to you. Yeah, it's it's 2 DeFi, right? I checked them out. I joined that wait list. Rick Cisneros. It's at 2E. It's at 2DEFI. At 2 DeFi. On X. You see people still crying about the FLR airdrop and XRP? Oh my land. Really? What the world? Payment XRP says, I see so many people flooding the FLR. Some have no clue, or they are XRP maxis still upset and crying about the airdrop. Like, why already? We got what we got. How blessed are we to have been able to get what we got? I still don't have the FLR tokens. It's still in the Celsius network debacle. It's still there. Payment XRP says, yesterday I saw this guy with 2.2 million. Flowers post about Flare. That made me bullish. Yeah, I hear you. Man, this like 20 people. I think it was 20 people with 200 million FLR tokens. 100 to 200 million. Man, that's awesome, right? So let me see what else did I want to go over with you guys. Spend the Bits news is awesome. GC's been having some interesting stuff about FLR. Warren put this post out about Chainlink and is marketed as the standard for secure cross-chain communications. But when you compare it side by side with what Flare Networks offers, especially with its native interoperability, lower cost, and TEEs, the picture changes really, really quick. And he breaks it down here. Comparing. It's a nice breakdown. Especially the Flare part. Built-in operability from Flare is massive. They don't understand. To stay connected allows Flare to observe and verify events on other chains in a trustless, decentralized way. No middleman. No extra tokens. You don't need to hold a third token like Chainlink to communicate. Lower cost, gas is paid in native FLR, and the system doesn't double charge for cross-chain messaging. This is a very nice write-up from Warren comparing the differences. And GC added to it, saying absolutely. And Flare goes way beyond simple cross-chain bridges. Link is just a layer 2 added on top of others, creating gaps. Flare, on the other hand, is a full stack layer 1 that manages its own protocols and native connectivity and enhanced security through the TEEs. It's like an integrated security system in a house. Adding separate modules or locks increases vulnerabilities, while an all-in-one system strengthens overall security. It's a great example, great analogy. Flare is the secure, complete solution. That's a good comparison. I like that. I'll spin the bits, man. Congrats, man. Congrats. Spin the bits doing their thing, powered by Flare Networks. I think that is awesome. Here's the news. Nansen, we're integrating FLR delegation and staking into the Nansen staking. It says, but if you're eager to put your FLR to work now, here's how to do it manually via Flare Networks portal. So anyway, looks like they look at that. Got the little thing over there. Nansen, there, look at Nansen. One of them validators. Yeah, right there. Yeah, I mean, they're FTSO, right? No lockup, no minimum. That's a big deal, NASA. Major data provider analytics in the ecosystem. Major. Nansen is major. He's talking about no lockups, no minimum to wrap FLR into WFLR. Select Nansen under delegate. Rewards paid every 3.5 days. Claim with then 90 or they're burned. Always leave some FLR for gas. Nansen, the big data analytics platform, doing their thing. FTSOing, FTSOing on Flare. It's a big deal. I feel like Hugo almost spilled the beans on who was providing the XRP staking, but he didn't do it in that interview. That interview, I'm telling you, with Flare Forwards, if you didn't check that out, highly recommend it. Here's the, no, that's not it. Where's my YouTube? Let me get my YouTube up. Let's get my YouTube. Do I want to do it there? Yeah, I'll do it here. They got a YouTube channel. You should check it out. Those guys are really, really good. They're doing their thing over there. It's called Flare Forward. Pretty good. Flare, I think it's one word too. But let's see. Flare Forward. What's going on here? Is it? Yes, one word. YouTube channel is one word. YouTube channel is one word.
We want to do with our funds.
Here's a YouTube channel right here, Flare Forward, at Flare Forward on YouTube. If you do the at, it's lowercase, but there's the YouTube channel right there. And there's the interview with Hugo right here. Flare 2.0 unveiled. It had Hugo, it had Dinesh, had Philippe, and it had Thanos on there. It's really, really good. Very informative. Very, very informative. You want to de-risk yourself, you want to de-risk. That means you want to level up what it is that you know about crypto, digital asset space, DeFi, traditional finance. You want to learn more and up your digital asset space game, learn more about Flare Networks. That's how you do it. That's how you de-risk. That's how you become less of a risky investor. Let me yeah, just go subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm one of the 577 who have subscribed to Flare Forward. I love this thing here, this thing for the channel. It's really good. I like it. Pretty cool. Nansen integrates FLRs. Rick Cisneros says, to DeFi, they were developers at the Flare hackathon. Flare gave them a grant, correct, to develop it. They are a bunch of college kids. Wow, I know. It's crazy, right, Rick? Crazy. Payment XRP says, pull up this BTCO's post from yesterday. His name is, can you share the link? Payment XRP? Rick says, CJ, what Hugo said eventually you're going to take your Tesla stock, tokenize it, and then put it in a trusted executed environment and a protocol managed wallet, gain interest on Flare FLR DeFi, never losing your stocks and putting capital to work. Wow. Yeah. Yes, he did say that. You know, that's why I got pinned. I got Hugo's thing pinned to my thing there, and that's to my X page profile. I say yesterday's dreams are today's realities. If you see that, if you understand that, you know, it's a big deal. I don't know about this calculation. Someone's come up with a calculation for if you had 100,000 FLR, what you're making, what you would make on an annual basis. It's a lot of stuff there going on there to do that. But we talked about this on the channel, Pookie Pookie. We talked about this a ton, and we said, we use a $100 example, right? I mean, it just feels like it's not financial advice, but I always thought about just $100 of FLR. I get the FLR. I'm going out of this inferior money, inferior form of money, which is the fiat dollars and its monetary policy, getting into a superior digital asset and monetary policy, which is the digital asset space. Get $100 worth of FLR. I wrap the FLR. Now I'm eligible for flare drops, right? Because I got a big liquidity incentive event going on. I can also, if I'd like to, in addition to just wrapping it, I can also delegate that FLR, same $100 FLR, and get delegation rewards. There's two rewards, right? Two flare drops, delegation rewards, same $100. And then if I'd like, I can stake that WFLR with Scepter and get their APY for staking, right? For staking your wrapped FLR, staking your FLR, right? I can get that. And I can take that SFLR, same $100, and now put that into a liquidity pool of SFLR and wrapped FLR, earn additional rewards for being in that liquidity pool. It makes me think I don't have enough of my wrapped and delegated FLR in a liquidity pool, in the right liquidity pool, which for me is the one on SparkDex that's the SFLR, WFLR. And you can also lend. Let's see, I do SparkDex. You can lend on Kinetic Markets as well. You lend on Kinetic Markets, you get eligible for the RFLR rewards as well. lot of, they have an awesome liquidity incentive event. Now the flare drops end, or the flare, so the flare drops ends January 2026. Obviously, you can still stake. Obviously, you can still delegate. Uh, yeah, that's right. Let me see. So let me try and see if this will work for me. Payment XRP. Thank you. A lot of times it doesn't work when people put the link in. I don't know why. When I try to do it from the chat, let's see if that'll work. So again, and that's Rick. Rick, this is why I keep pointing to Ethereum. I don't want to give financial advice, and I'm not going to give financial advice. That's why I keep using that. I keep making that statement that Flare Networks feels like, to me, this layer one EVM blockchain, it feels like to me that it is the promise that Ethereum was meant to be. And Ethereum is still winning this game, even though it's in a state of flux today. It is massively winning in TVL, total value locked. Hundreds of developers, if not thousands, still winning. It's in a state of flux right now. They don't know where they're going. And I would imagine at one time Ethereum was $1. I mean, I don't know. But I would imagine at one time Ethereum was $1. It's $1,500 now. It was at one time as high as $4,000. Why? Because it went out and snatched and just killed the network adoption game. It just hammered it. Everybody was over there building. Everybody was over there participating. Everybody was over in there creating new projects and all of that kind of stuff. But it still hasn't realized this full promise of true decentralization, true scalability, and true security. Still, it's closer on its true security than the other two. But it hasn't realized this full crypto ethos. Let's see if that pulled up Payment XRP. Oh, okay, here it is. Oh, yeah, I saw this comeback thing. FLR is making a strong comeback. This is Luciano BTC. Impressive growth ahead, in my opinion. The Flare Networks team is highly experienced and has serious plans for this year. FLR is set to break into the top 20 during this cycle. Do your own research, not financial advice. I saw this. Flare community said, very similar TA to myself. Confluence is always welcome. Yeah, I saw that post. Yeah, I saw that post. Thank you for sharing that, Payment XRP. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Rick says it is not factored in the price of Flare. This might be a generational wealth moment. It is only a penny. Unbelievable. You know, I said on a stream yesterday, Rick, probably you, I think you were there as well. I said, Bitcoin, we were early. We weren't a penny early. And we weren't $1 early, $10 early. We weren't $100 early. It was a few $100s, around that $400 to $600 of BTC. And for most people, that's early. We weren't. This is a layer one. Flare Networks is a layer one EVM chain with a major promise. Tokenomics, are they different? Sure. But Flare Networks is, again, I think they're building something that is different. And they're sticking to the ethos. And they're not, thank God, listening to the chatter, people in their ear saying, just get this product out. Just get a project. Just get something out. Let's just, do the shortcut. They're not doing that. And yeah, major props to them for not doing that. Let's see here. So I don't know. I'm not going to share this one. Not going to share this one. Raul Paul reminds us. Raul Paul over at Real Vision and Global Macro Investor. I know many of you want to see the updated version of the Bitcoin versus the global M2 chart. Well, here it is. Just a very small part of the weekly macro investing tool, MIT, as part of Real Vision Plus. It is time, give or take a few days. This is Raul Paul. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see, Raul. We'll see if you're right, brother. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate Real Vision and all the work that you guys do over there. I think it's awesome. Ashley Prosper's kind of, it is what it is, right? Jimmy James let us know that in the SEC versus Ripple case, the parties' joint motion to hold the appeal in abeyance has been granted. The SEC is directed to file a status report within 60 days of this order. They're trying to ultimately get to a point, I believe, where they can lift this injunction. I think that's what they're trying to get. Yeah, I don't have it. One of the XRP, if you will, lawyers in the community, the XRP community lawyers, you know how we get, said it's about that injunction so that they can continue to sell XRP to institutions. Arthur Hayes predicts FLR to engineer the DeFi revolution. The crypto world has been dominated by centralized exchanges, but decentralized exchanges are not far behind. Experts believe it's only a matter of time before DeFi catches up with CeFi. As such, analysts like Arthur Hayes have predicted the DeFi revolution to start with FLare. Arthur Hayes pointing to the FLare reliable Oracle system, which provides immediate and correct price updates as crucial in the dominance of DeFi. He believes that the FLare blockchain can produce the necessary reliable data to spearhead the DeFi revolution. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Pay me an XRP. That's right. This SEC versus Ripple case is just more hurry up and wait. I hear you. I hear you. So there it is, family. Arthur Hayes, because there was someone made a post. They were kind of suggesting that nobody was talking about FLR, had been talking about FLR, that type of deal. And I said, I'm trying to think where the post is. I said I wouldn't include Arthur Hayes in that post, in that list of people. And someone asked why. Let's see. And my guy shared some very interesting stuff. There it is right here. So this was from GC, who's been putting out some really good posts. He says, it's crazy how the biggest crypto influencers stay dead silent on Flare networks. Is it ignorance, or are they just waiting for the right moment to flip the narrative? I said I would not include at Crypto Hayes, which is Arthur Hayes. And someone asked, why is that? I said, because he spoke about Flare's technology on numerous occasions. And so my guy hooked me up with one of those posts from Arthur. He hooked me up with this post. So my guy, Ovidius at God Blimey Governor hooked me up. So here's his old one. He said it's an old one, but it's a good one. There it is right there. Arthur's a smart guy. He's invested with Drift Protocol on Solana network as well, which is kind of like XDeFi on Flare networks. But Drift Protocol is actually launched, started kind of doing this thing. Not that XDeFi protocol on Flare is not, but yeah, Arthur Hayes invested in that as well. Flare Networks put this out and said, I did a video the other day, Rick Cisneros. I'm like, why is Flare talking about Ripple and XRP all the time here lately? Like, it's a post about XRP and Ripple, Ripple and XRP, XRP, Ripple. It's all coming from Flare Networks. This latest post says the blockchain for data, the DeFi layer for XRP. Flare is both. That's it. That's the tweet. Pretty confident people over there at Flare, aren't they? I love it. Payment XRP says Arthur Hayes, that's bullish. I remember when he said fade FLR at your own risk. That's right, Payment XRP. He sure did say that. He said fade FLR at your own risk. I remember. Rick Cisneros says FLR will get into the prediction markets for sure, competing with poly markets in the future. I agree. Look, they figured some stuff out. And once they figured out the lane they were going to operate in, they stuck to it. They found the need in this space. They found that hole in the digital asset space, and it was data. And they realized that they can make that work, and they did. And they're sticking to the crypto ethos. They're sticking to it. They're not taking the shortcuts, and they have a vision of something bigger for the space that's needed, right? Because you could take the shortcut and chase the money, or you can build something phenomenal and change the game completely. And big people understand that. Big people understand that, right? And that's why Hugo mentioned that a rather large player in institutional space, said he respected and appreciated what Flare was building and sticking to the ethos, the true crypto ethos of true decentralization, security, and scalability. Respect is basically what he was saying. And they were interested, and they were interested in doing it. By the way, if you watch that video with Flare Forward and Hugo and Philippe and Thanos and Dinesh, Hugo said that protocols were on the fence. They were on the fence about doing anything with XRP until they became aware of the protocol managed wallets, and that put them over the line, helped them cross the line. You understand? It's a novel idea and concept. But in the end, that protocol managed wallet is about it's about getting a job done without having to have an intermediary. Let an entity build something that doesn't require an intermediary. That's what we want. We want people building stuff that doesn't require, right? We want to do as much as we can to stick to decentralization, if you will, without this ability of someone to taking your stuff. Not a bad guy. The bad guys out there, I get it. They're real smart, right? We're not talking about we're not talking about the potential of a bad guy doing something. We're talking about sticking to this trustless nature that was DeFi, that was crypto. Trustless. That's why I share my story of Celsius Network all the time. It's the classic example of a trustless space versus a need to trust, a hope to trust, a hope that there's not nefarious going to happen or a mistake be made. to trust the code and our smart contract. Rick Cisneros believes that the Hidden Road Prime Broker is going to work with FLR, huh? I think Hidden Road, says Rick Cisneros, is going to work with Flare Networks and are going to bring DeFi to Hidden Road's massive liquidity. This is why Hugo all of a sudden is talking about XRP, in my opinion. I hear you, bro. I can't wait to see what that's going to look like. What's going on, Crypto Patient? Says, thanks, CJ. Love your FLR coverage. You're welcome, brother. Thanks for checking in, man. Appreciate it. Hope you hit that like button on the way in, bro. And listen, guys, if you happen to be in that 55% or so of people that are hanging out, listening to and watching the Crypto Siege, do me a favor. If you've been enjoying those hangouts, please consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. What am I dash at 99,000 subs this month? We're 28 or 9 away, 28 or 29 subs away. I know we can get there, especially with your help. I appreciate you guys big time. So look, we got to continue to resolve through this, this whole thing with this liquidity and all that stuff. When it's going to happen. Remember, the digital asset space is involved and part of the global macro picture. We need some net liquidity. It's coming. It has to come. The 9.23 trillion in debt is it's rolled over. The bill's got to be met. They're only paying interest. You got, the people over there across the pond. You got the big tariff war between the two big ones. US is one. You know who the other one is. That all has to get worked out because it's not just two countries, it's the world. And we need the two countries and the 7 countries to figure stuff out. So they collectively have to work together. All the other stuff is just noise. It's just noise. Current administration, in my view, understands the bigger picture and how we have lost our way. No manufacturing is going on. We're having to depend upon, quote unquote, the enemy to get our stuff. I don't know how that seems to be a smart deal. Expecting the enemy not to misbehave. Expecting the enemy to always just, oh yeah, we'll just keep doing what we're doing. Doesn't the whole reliance upon, doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense to me. We need to be self-reliant. Self-reliant. We can figure it out. We can figure it out. We can definitely figure it out. So, all right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to hop off here. I appreciate you guys checking in. Do me a favor, hit the like button on the way out if you didn't get a chance to do so on the way in. That would be really, really, really cool. Continue to strengthen your resolve. Check out that Flare Forward YouTube channel and watch that interview with Hugo and Dinesh and Philippe and Thanos. Telling you're going to enjoy it. The TEEs, between the TEEs and the trusted execution environments and the protocol managed wallets, these are game changers. Got a new a new AI project is getting ready to come out on Flare Networks. So it's going to be awesome. They got Scribe Chain, which is basically analyzes the conversations in a Twitter space and gives you a transcript, if you will. Kind of summarizes it and then gives you something in a transcribed form. Lots of awesome stuff coming, but obviously we got FXRP for sure. That's going to be awesome. Being able to do other things with your XRP. And in addition, we're going to have staking for people who want to, be, I don't want to say less risky, but, more, be conservative. There's staking, they're staking, but I'm gonna be doing more things with XRP and DeFi for sure. And I don't know what the liquidity pools are gonna look like, but they're gonna be interesting on Flare. Can't wait for the FXRP stuff to start to happen for sure. All right, fam, there it is. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I'm gonna end this one like I do all my videos and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this, or perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya. Bye.